Well, I'm not going to be on here long, so I'm just going to get started. Because I just wanted to auto-update. So some of you guys, if you come in later, like, share, give it a thumbs up. I know I have some new people who have joined the channel. I think some of you, most people that come to my channel are coming. Hey, baby girl, what's up in Chicago, BBW? Yeah, been working, tired too. What's up, son? I'm going to do this video real quick because I'm cooking in the kitchen. And I'm sitting in the bathroom because I get good light. I can sit in here. I can prop this up. Later on, I actually might have one in my storage unit. I still haven't gotten all my stuff out my storage unit yet. Anyway, I want to stay on track. So, hello to everybody. I got some new subscribers to the channel. Welcome. I've been getting updates in the background. Haven't been feeling too hot. I took Saturday off because I didn't sleep good at all Friday, and then I was kind of congested. I just been dumping vitamin C. I don't know if it was that or might just been allergies. I have no idea, but I took a day. And then I'm off the rest of this until I go back on Thursday. So I'm still working in the side of a trucking company. I'm working for a starter company. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that. This video will probably go out, and I just wanted to update. I'm only going to be on here maybe 10, 15 minutes, if that. I got a lot of subjects I need to cover. I just haven't been on here because I've been tired. My body's been acclimating to this 12-hour shift. And then there's some other stuff that I'm not going to get into right now at all. I might talk about later. It just depends on how everything pans out. I'm just right now praying. I like what I do. I love dealing with the drivers. I'm just going to say that. I love dealing with you drivers. Hey, Michelle, what's up, baby? If you do come out here, Chicago, BBW, I got a real estate lady I can hook you up with. You can contact her and just let her know that I'm a person you watch on YouTube and that I do. My apartment was $665 a month. It's a 1-bedroom, 1-bath, small kitchen. I got a back patio I'm doing a garden on. I'll show y'all that later. I'm working on the raised bed gardening. I'll show you some of that later. I got one wall I'm almost done with. My tomato plants might have not fared well because I might have taken too long to plant them, but I might have to go seed, and that's okay. That's my fault. But the guy said we could leave them out a little bit, and I hadn't even been a week, and my plants is like laying on their side. So anyway, they were starters, so I might have to reorder the seeds and do it myself, and that's okay. It's okay. Usually I get good plants from them, and just like I said, it could be, maybe I didn't water them in time. I don't know. I have no idea. Anyway, I'm hoping they come back. They still got a little bit of a stem on them. I don't know if they're going to bounce back or not. I've been praying over them. If not, I got to plant anyway, so I'll just get the seeds and plant them. But I'll show you later the apartment. I haven't got any furniture because I had a friend of mine who was here, or friend, associate, however you want to look at it. I consider her a friend. We're building a friendship because we used to work together in a company, and she came to my company. Didn't work out for her, which I'll talk about later, and I understood why she left. I was apologizing to the baby for inviting her to the company because it was some drama. But anyway, I'm like, I'm so sorry. I didn't know. You know, what I was experiencing, I didn't think was going on in your area, but I didn't know. It was madness. And coming into the trucking industry, external trucking industry, is very indicative of what I'm seeing internally. There's things that just really need to change. The sad part is, I think it's a phenomenal industry. I think that there's a lot. This industry could be amazing. It just needs an overhaul. It really needs a huge overhaul. And it could just be amazing, internally and externally. It needs an overhaul. That's the only thing I can say about it. I love what I do. I love working with the drivers. I would like to be able to have more of an impact. I had a driver call me last night. I was asleep. And I'm not a dedicated driver manager. I do like an after hours, like the people you deal with on the weekends and stuff. That's who I am. So I had a driver last night call me in the middle. I was asleep. She called me like, dude, I asked for you. You said you wasn't there. I had to call your phone. I need your help, sister. And so y'all, just like I'm here. I'm going to help y'all if I can. If I can give you wisdom, I'm going to give you wisdom. Do I know it all? Hell no, I don't know it all. I'm going to say that straight up. But I learned a lot. Trucker Bill is a heavy influence. If I need anything, actually, I got to call him and check on Karen, his wife, because she had a stroke. I know she's in rehabilitation. I got some stuff I got to do. I'm getting ready for a colonoscopy, all that good stuff, wonderful stuff. So I got some stuff I got to go do labs tomorrow. Anyway, this right here, this is a road atlas. Y'all know this. This is a road atlas, right? This is 2016. I got a more current one at my desk, and I got a virtually new one in Lubbock in my dad's storage unit. Me and Joe gonna drive out there and go get all my stuff later. I still have to go get my apartment furniture. That's all in storage right now. I still haven't gotten it out because I had somebody staying with me and I didn't want to use up the room. I'm also trying to get a car. Y'all be praying because of money. I had to pay all the deposits for utilities and all that, and the deposit moving in here and just getting settled and transit back and forth between Lyft and the bus. It's expensive. But I got to get a car because it's driving me nuts now. So middle March, I'm hoping, and we'll see what we can do if I can raise enough money to get my little vehicle. But anyway, that guide, let's get back to it. I get calls from drivers all the time. And this has been, because I am working for a starter company, a lot of the drivers will call me and they'll go, so I done been cussed out because the onboard system that this company uses is not typical, but it includes a GPS. And I've worked for companies that with the onboard system, they have a GPS included. You can give me a truckerdoll@gmail.com. Truckerdoll@gmail.com. Okay. The same as my YouTube channel, just at gmail.com. Okay. Anyway, a lot of the starter companies, when they train these drivers, unfortunately, you're getting somebody who really may or may not care about really training you. And you get more who don't really care. They're just in it for the money and the miles. Okay. And so they say, get behind that seat, go straight. And you get at the end of the hours on their truck, good luck to you, thumbs up, bye. They might not have taught you the back, they didn't teach you the trip plan, and all they did was tell you to follow the GPS, and then if there's an issue, they just get it in there, because that's all they want you for is the money and the miles. Unfortunately, it's really sad. If you guys want to see a trainer that I think is a truly good trainer, go look at Junior Honduras. He's with Prime. He's come in a couple times and been in our chat with us. Please go look at that brother's videos and see how he trains his students. That's a trainer, okay? That gentleman trains. I was blessed that I had some trainers like that, like Trainer Bill, not Trucker Bill, but Trainer Bill. Oh, no problem, bro. No problem. Trainer Bill, he actually, the guy had, when I was at Swift, when I did my refresher, he trained. He allowed me to get my back, and I told him, I already knew. Driving wasn't an issue. I knew I had been off the road for 5 years. My backing was going to be off. And that's what I needed work with. When I got done off his truck, my backing was on point. It was coming back. I mean, I had it to where I could get into a dock door. I knew there were areas I needed to finesse, and it came back. It just comes back. I mean, once you do it, it comes back. I took advantage because the company I was with had close quarter backing. Hey, African Violet, what's up, baby? I had close quarter backing classes. So I'm trying to stay on target with the GPS. But when I went to trucking school, I was trained. I was trained trip planning. I did use a GPS. My first trainer, when I first started driving, he used a car GPS. It was just to get us close. And I think that was a good thing for me. But I also knew about this road atlas because we talked about it in my trucking school. And we also talked about how to plan your trip. And my internal school instructor, the one inside, not the one we had road range instructor, we had an internal classroom instructor. She actually was her and her husband were former Swift trainers at the Swift school. And so she also trained drivers over the road also. But she talked about trip planning and how some people use a wax pencil and would write out their route on the actual window of the truck, okay? And they would just clean it off later on. But every trip, they would write out I-10 to I-20 to I-80 to I-70 to Highway 52 to road this and 3 doors down left. They would write all that out. They would write their fuel stops out. They would write out. So when I planned my trips when I was teaching students, I would say I plan my trip in legs, okay? Especially if you have a trip that's going to be a 2 to 3 day trip, okay? Or take you the whole week. I would plan it in legs. So I would plan everything up until I stopped for the night, or I would plan up until my breaks, or to bathroom, or to get something to eat, whatever. I would plan in legs. I was a sticky note person. So I had stickies in my truck. I would write out to the bottom of that sticky note, which usually was enough, and then I would put it on my dash, okay? There's some truck stops, they have this thing that's like and I thought about getting one, but I didn't. You could put it on your window, and you could write like a pad of paper, and it would suction to your window. Do that, however, right? So that's the stuff that I did, okay, when I drove. Being now in a semi-dispatch manager position, because I'm kind of jack of all trades in our role, I call us the putting out fire department. If it didn't get handled in the day, then it's up to us to try to deal with it at night or in the after hours or in weekends. And try to deal with it as best we can. Well, I get so many drivers. I've been cussed out by drivers. This effing GPS, it took me to the wrong place. Bloop, 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 bloop. So I have to tell them, because sometimes they think when they talk to me that I never drove, because that's pretty much the expectation of a lot of people in the office. They ain't never driven, right? So I tell them, you know what, man? I'm going to tell you, when I used to train drivers, and they go, oh, you drove? Oh, yeah, I drove. I drove for 6 years. No accidents, no incidents. So I'm going to give you some wisdom if you want to receive it. I talk to them just like that. And I said, look, your GPS is a tool. It isn't the truth. Trucking GPSs started about the time that I came into the industry back in 2010, 9-10. Rand McNally, and there was another company, I can't remember, because the first one I got was this no-name company. Oh my God, I can't remember the name of the company. And it was a cheap GPS. I didn't have the money for the Rand, so I got the cheapest one I could. Trucking GPS, and then my school, because I had perfect attendance at my school, they gave us one of the laminated one of these, okay? That book right there is your friend on a lot of levels. One, it has numbers in there for road conditions. It tells you your length laws. It tells you a whole bunch of information. Everybody who has a CDL driving a semi-truck should have this book in their cab. It's like the green book, the hazmat, the orange hazmat book, the permit book. Them 4 books should be in your truck. I shouldn't be talking to you talking about, well, do you have a road atlas? What's that? Cobra GPS. I don't know about no Cobra GPS. What is a road atlas? I'm like, what's a road atlas? How do you not know what a... Before you know about a GPS, you should know about a road atlas. Crazy as hell. So, unfortunately, the babies ain't been taught about the road atlas, because whoever trained them just told them to go straight. And they probably didn't have a damn road atlas. Okay? Road atlas is critical. It has so much information that we need as drivers. It tells you what states you go through and what your length laws are. Length laws are like in California, where your kingpin, got to be 40 foot for them tandems from the kingpin, the middle of the kingpin to the center. You know what I'm talking about. Y'all should. If you don't, there's a problem. If you don't, you go to California and it's over that 40-foot mark, you're going to have a conversation with DOT, and it ain't going to be funny. It ain't going to be fun. It's going to be a nice ticket. It's going to be all of that. You're going to have a problem, okay? You're going to have a problem. So I get the babies, and they follow the GPS. Some, I've talked to people, Lori Carr, hey, how you doing? Welcome to the channel. I've talked to people, and the road atlas, they ain't got no clue what it is. We have had people who have had accidents, who put themselves in ditches and then have to be towed out. That's considered, a company called Werner, if they got to tow you out, they consider that a preventable. I don't know how my company is, because I'm not working on that side of it. But to me, that falls under preventable if you did it and follow the GPS. The other thing is, use some wisdom, people. If you going and it says turn on this dirt road, you need to have a question mark. Are you going to get potatoes at a farm? Then maybe you're going to be on a dirt road. But if you're not going to get potatoes on a farm, why the hell are you on a dirt road? Then next thing you stuck in the mud because you're stuck in the farm. Not logical. Not logical. We also do have technology called Google Maps, and it like has satellite view. Most of us have smartphones like this one, right? I have an iPhone. I used to have a Ghetto Mobile, and it was an Android. I could do what's called Google Maps. I put an address in, I could ask for satellite view, and I could zoom and see the interstate I was coming in on, the roadways around it, the warehouse, the grocery store, wherever I was going to be going to, and I got a lay of the land before I got there. If you're going to trust the GPS so much, why are you not using all the other technology? And the Road Atlas. So for my new folks thinking about getting into this, that book right there, you should have one in your truck. Okay? Don't trust the GPS 100%. It's a tool, not the truth. It'll get you close. But unfortunately, part of being a CDL holder is called trip planning. That's part of it, as drivers. Trip planning means you need to plan your trip. You just don't get your butt, sit in the seat, and go forward, and just roll down the road and go left, right, like the GPS tell you, and you don't know where the hell you're going. There's places I've been to before. Example, I told y'all I'm dealing with this. HEB in San Antonio, Texas, does not pull up good on the Garmin, on the Rand, on the TomTom trucker. So somebody just asked me about Cobra GPS. I don't know nothing about a Cobra GPS. The main trucking GPSs I know are TomTom trucker, Garmin, and Rand McNally. Rand obviously being the better of them because they create the book that fits our maps, right? The only issue with the Rand McNally's is that they've been having electrical issues on the bigger version. So I had a 5-inch because the 5-inch didn't have any electrical issues that I'd seen by reviews of other truckers. I had a Cobra. I like the Cobra, but it's not good. Excuse me, Cobra. The Garmin. I had the Garmin. I like the Garmin, but it's not good on the East Coast. It's okay. It's not great on the East Coast. It'll tell you there's roads that are restricted that aren't. And I got the TomTom trucker in the end, but I didn't play with it long enough, and I ended up getting rid of all my GPSs because I needed loot when I moved here, and I just sold everything because, honest to God, if I get back on the truck, it's going to be very local. I have zero desire to be back over the road right now. I'm done. I'm done for other reasons. I don't think, let me put it like this. I see internally and externally the issues with trucking. And I know there's money to be made, but I'm 51. And my patience is thin. So now I just really want to go somewhere, do my job, and go home. I don't want to be caught up in a lot of drama, politics. I can't. I can't. And I don't want to be caught out there because, unfortunately, whatever's going on internally is impacting you guys externally. So I can tell you that for facts. So that's when, and I think it's all trucking companies. Like I said, the whole thing needs a reboot. I'm just looking and I'm like, this needs a massive reboot. Reboot of folks inside and outside. But how you do that with such a huge industry, it's going to be hard. And I understand it's going to be difficult. It's just really difficult to do it. And it really is going to take some companies that have the kahungas to get up there and do it and willing to put the money where their mouth is to revamp what they need to revamp. And I don't know too many companies that are going to be willing to do that. That's just facts, okay? And again, I don't want to be on here too long because I got food in the kitchen. I'm making myself my first seafood boil. It's not a lot. It's just me. But I got some corn in there. I got some eggs in there. I got shrimp, scallops, lobster tails, and claws. So I got to get all that going right now. My water's boiling, my Zatarans and everything. Anywho, when you're driving, guys, one of my big things is please use your Road Atlas guide. It's needed for a lot of different things. It gives you numbers for road conditions. It gives you information, like I said, your length laws, bridge laws, weight information. There's a lot of details in the front of that guide that are your friend. You also can then go see roadways, highways. If you go to Iowa 80, you can get that laminated one for $14-15 on sale. It's probably the previous year or year or 2 years before my version, but at least you got it. Most of the information don't change too frequently. And then use your Google Maps, not to use I did use it in conjunction with my trucking GPSs, but understand if you use the Google directions, it is meant for a car, not a truck. You can use it in conjunction as long as you keep that in your mind that you are following what your trucking GPS or your truck routing that you have figured out tells you. But it will put you close and it'll help you know you're in the vicinity of something. And usually what I did is I was running all those GPSs and I had already mapped out stuff. So I already knew, oh, okay, there's road XYZ over there. I need to get off at exit 52. And I knew to get off at exit 52. I knew road XYZ was going to be just east of me or west of me. I knew to turn right or left. and then follow the routing, the truck routing as best I can to get there and knew an idea of the lay of the land. You do not want to use the trucking GPSs as the truth, because they aren't the truth, and they're made by humans. It's going to be flawed. So make sure you're using all the tools at your disposal. Contact your customer. Your companies usually give you the customer contact information. Ask the company to send you the directions. Most customers give you directions from whatever interstate to get to the customer location. They also will tell you if there's construction sometimes in the way. Gate codes, all sorts of instructions that are available to you at your company instructions. But do not call your driver manager, your planner. Somebody could come to you, I'm sitting in Fargo, North Dakota, and I don't know how to get to... Did you call the customer? Did you? I don't see that we sent you directions. Let me send you some directions. Everything telling them where to get off the interstate, where to turn right, left, how far up to go, what's on the left. Sometimes they even give you landmarks. Okay, there's a Bob's juke joint or a Bob's hamburger on the left. You're going to make a right. There's a cement facility here. Make a left. There's a Chase Bank on the corner. Keep going straight. Then make a left. Those are the tools you need to use. You're the professional driver. And it's unfortunate that trainers aren't training their students trip planning. You cannot properly trip plan without that always part of your trip planning. Unless you done been there before, this is your trip planning right here. You start between this and some other stuff. Brown sugar, what's up, baby? You start between, you got in here late because I'm going to say what's up. But anyway, I got to go cook in the kitchen, y'all, because I'm going to be working on here. But it's 22 minutes. I don't want it to be that long. If you get this later on, please like, share, and subscribe. Also, I will be coming out with t-shirts. Dustin had asked me for shirts. I've visited Fiverr, whatever their name is. I'll be reaching out to them. I got some things that I'm coming up with on t-shirts for you guys. And I will have t-shirts coming out. I'm possibly going to be doing Patreon on here too. I haven't done that. But I'm going to clean up. We are getting more people on the Trucker 411 channel. Please feel free to go over there. We're posting more so in the Facebook pages more than we do on the YouTube part. But please visit us on Facebook. You can join by hooking up with me, Trucker Doll. Savanje, which is Chi-Town Trucker. He can tell you how to get there. D-Boy Stance is still on there. DSAT Jams is occasionally. He's no longer an admin, but he occasionally posts. And Laura and I still put up news. And I try to answer questions when I can. I'll try to put these videos up because I got other topics just from being internal that I need to talk to you about, because I be sitting there going, the babies. Yeah, I had a trucker call me last night. Like I said, I was asleep. She had a breakdown situation. We're going to talk about that. There's some things she's done. And her husband's thinking about becoming a driver. He's on the truck with her too right now. And so I'm going to talk about felons, because some people have asked me about felons. I really want to sit down with Nikki. We have gotten together, but we haven't just really set this time. And I need to sit up with her because she's now working local, but she works all sorts of odd hours. So what I'm going to do is see if we can schedule something together and then sit down and go ahead and schedule her interview on here and interview her about being a lease purchase operator. We're going to talk about some other subjects I would like to talk to her about. What's my homegirl's name? Monet is here in Arizona now. We haven't met up yet since she's been here. And then I'm going to get Danielle here. And I'm thinking about, for those of y'all who are here, or if y'all want to come to Arizona, maybe doing a little meet and greet. I found a place out in Scottsdale. We get some brats. For those of you who are drinkers, I'm very light on my drinking. The Christian thing, I don't drink a lot. But I just wine, and I might do sometimes like a cider or something like that. I don't drink heavy. But if you guys want to do a meet and greet, thinking about doing something out here in Scottsdale, I showed Danielle a place I went to. They got these brats. And I've been cutting meats, but I'm not going to say I'm vegan, but nothing, I don't buy meat in my house anymore. Pretty much if it's not seafood. So I'm probably going to go more pescatarian, but I'm going to say I'm going to be almost vegetarian, almost vegan, because I still will when I go out. Occasionally there's certain meats I'm going to do. If they're halal or kosher, I'll probably do it if I'm hanging with friends. There's a place like I love lamb. Lamb is just something, I just love lamb. So that's, it is very rare. I don't eat lamb a lot. So There's a place that makes lamb sausages, and they do it in a brat, like a brat. So we're going out there, trying to do. I may go try to do this diet more naturally than the bypass. My friend who was here had the bypass and a lot of complications. Also, in talking to the colonoscopy doctor recently, I have a hiatal hernia, and he did not recommend it because it's going to make that worse. So he said, if you can do this naturally, let's do naturally. So I'm getting ready to do, I'm with a group called Forks Over Knives, which is a plant-based diet. And like I said, everything in my house right now, unless it was something from Thanksgiving, I have no meat in this house that I've bought for the past 3 months. Everything I'm buying now is other than fish or seafood. That's it. I still do eggs occasionally. I don't do dairy anyway. I've cut dairy and I'm getting ready to try more plant-based cheeses. Dairy really messes me up with the exception of yogurt, and I found out it's because of the enzymes in yogurt. So, but I'll be having some shirts out and stuff like that. I'll let you guys know. I hope to be chiming in here a lot more frequently. Anyway, I gotta go check on my boil, y'all. Y'all are in the bathroom, so this is the bathroom. I just got this not that long ago. And so, yeah, so I'm trying to get it. I'll have to get all my stuff out of storage. That's going to run me about $300 or $400. I just haven't done it because the car is more urgent to me. And I'm going to possibly be joining Patreon. So I'll put Patreon down in the links below. So anything, if y'all want to give, help out. I do want to eventually get a stand camera. I want to get some editing equipment because I got more for you. And I really want to begin to interview people. Danielle comes down. I think I might set up something with Danielle Monet. Nikki's here already. And then I'll also see if my new homegirl who called me last night, and I met her through my company, if we can all do a little get together here, go sit down and just really have a talk. I would like to do like lady truckers. Yes, son, you can still come. You know we're going to mama you to death. Because most everybody in there, I think is older. I don't even know. Nikki might be older than you. Yeah, I think you the baby of the bunch. So we're gonna love on Solange. And I don't know. I know that D-Boy Stans, she's only doing the East Coast, so I don't know if she would come this far. But we just gonna come, hang out, have a good time. I probably Danielle, she family, so Danielle gonna come. She can stay here. I don't know y'all like that, but Danielle family, cause her sister is at my dad's church. And Danielle is like my sister. So that's family. She can come stay. And she treated me like family when I was in Lubbock. That's family. So she can come stay. Y'all, we're going to meet openly at a public location. Y'all, no offense. Y'all can't stay. I'm just saying. Anyway, and my son, he might be able to come stay. Because he like my son. And he been a perfect gentleman every time I met him. So Savanje could come hang out, crash out. We got air mattresses, brother. We're going to do it like black folk do. And the Latino people. We'll throw some air mattresses. Everybody get some sleep. You might have to get your own chair right now because I still got to get a couch. Because I got rid of my furniture, my couches and my bed I got rid of. But I have all my hard furniture, my entertainment center, my desk, all that. I don't keep soft furniture in storage because it can get critters. And I have an issue with critters. Anyway, y'all, share, like, subscribe, give it a thumbs up. Join us on the Trucker 411 on Facebook. I don't know if we'll have some more stuff going up on YouTube. I would like some more drivers on Facebook who want to be admins since I'm not driving. I think that experience still needs to get out there. I'm talking to you on the back end. I'll have to see how that goes, how long that goes for. I'm praying on that right now. Like I said, I love dealing with my drivers. I love helping my drivers. That's something that I think I really loved. Initially, I wanted to be a trucking school instructor at the end when I got too old to drive. But I don't think they pay hardly no money, and I need to make a little bit of money. Hey, United Independent, you catching me as I'm leaving. I'm cooking in the kitchen. Anyway, catch anybody who's coming in now. Please catch the reverse of everything. Share, like, subscribe, give it a thumbs up. I'm gonna be putting Patreon up, so if you guys want to donate. It'll help the kid out. And I'll be joining that pretty shortly here. Patreon, PayPal, one of them. Anyway, 2 and 2. Peace.